Hey everyone, today we're gonna start with our delivery simulator series. Today we're gonna model bicycle, and in later chapters we're gonna implement it in Unreal Engine. Of course, as I said in introduction, you can download Rigid and model it bicycle from link in the description, as I said in introduction. But if you want to see the full process of bicycle creation with the modeling, so if you want to change something, you can change and see how to model and rig bicycle, stay here, and now we're gonna do it. So the first thing, I open a Blender, create just a new file, empty. Now let's hit A and delete everything because we don't need that cube, and go to the front view or maybe side view, and here hit Shift A and drop image, reference image. In my case, I have that image here, so I open it and then I gonna fix opacity. Yeah. And as I said in introduction, I put a link in the description with all assets that you want to download, so including the bicycle reference. So if you want to download it, you can, but it's up to you, you want or not. Put it like that. Maybe let's scale it. It's 1 meter. I think it's okay. Yeah, like that. And here I say front. Yeah, and now we can start modeling. I work in the side view, maybe later I'm gonna rotate it, but it's not a problem. And also let's add collection here and name it reference and put image inside that collection and mark it here as not selectable or what. Okay, now I hit now I hit Shift A and add plane mesh. Then hit tab to go to edit mode, hit M and merge at center. So we basically have one point, single vertex. Now let's go to object mode and put that vertex right here. Now let's go to edit mode and extrude it. Extrude it right here. Okay, now I'm gonna select that vertex, hit Shift D to duplicate it, then I'll put it a little bit higher and extrude it down right here. Maybe let's make it a bit more straight. Yeah, we make that kind of lines with vertex to later convert it to the mesh, and it's gonna be just pipes along that vertices. So right here also hit Shift D, put it here and extrude down, and also here Shift D and extrude it towards here, towards that chain. Yeah, here we can merge it, so select both, hit M and at center, so it merged. Okay, also now let's make that pipe. So I clicked Shift D and right mouse click, and now extrude it here. Let's make it a bit more straight. Place it here, there. I think it's okay. And here also extrude it and move it a bit. Nice. Alright, and now select it, hit Shift D, and you can also place it in the same place, so right mouse click, and now extrude it and extrude one more time. Right here, like that, and then extrude it here to make that curve or what. Maybe a bit more center. Okay, fine. And Also, don't forget to save your file, so hit Ctrl S, and I'll name it bicycle and save it in my direction. Okay, so now as we have it, we can select the 3 vertices and the 3 vertices, and then hit P and by selection. So we separated that vertices to then apply mirror modifier to separate vertices. Okay, now let's go to that plane that we separated, and here select that vertices from the back and subdivide it, and also move the 2 vertices here, because now we're gonna mirror that, and we're gonna move that, and I'll basically show you why we're doing this in just a moment. So hit tab to go to object mode and add mirror modifier. Yeah, and now go to edit mode, select all, not all, like deselect that. Yeah, select all and deselect that, and now move it in X direction a bit to the right, or you can, I think, move to the left, but I'm gonna do that like that. And here we just give space for the wheels, and here I done that because I don't want to wheel touch the pipe, and if I done it right, like that, my wheel gonna touch pipe, so I don't want it. And also let's select that vertex, hit A to extrude and extrude it here. Also let's turn on the clipping. Let's also make bevel, so select that vertex and that vertex and hit Ctrl Shift B. Now we can add small bevel. I don't want to make it big, so just like that. Yeah, I think it looks fine. And here go to the frame, select that vertex and also let's add bevel. We want to add bevel because later when we going to convert it to the curve, it gonna like broke if we don't add it. And just to make that mesh more sharper, we add bevel. Also let's go here and maybe move it like that. Fine. And now select all, go to object, convert and curve. Nice. Now let's go to the data property, and in the geometry increase depth a bit, compare it to the reference image. Shouldn't make it maybe smaller or not. I think 0.03 it's fine. Let's also go to frame, and here the same value. Okay, fine. Now let's make wheels. So go to object mode, hit Shift S and cursor to world origin, because we want to add it in the center of world. Go to side view, Shift A, mesh, and here on the add circle. It's also 33. Put here 33 vertices if you don't have it. And then let's rotate it on Y direction by 19. Fine, let's scale down a bit and move it where we have wheel. Here. I think it's good. Yep. Okay. Now let's move here. Let's go to edit mode. Let's move it a bit. And now add mirror modifier, and in the mirror object select frame. Let's also quickly rename it. So this frame 1, like first part, and frame 2, second part. Go to wheel, and here hit tab and enable clipping. And now we can extrude it to the X direction. Now select with the Alt all the vertices and extrude and scale down extrusion. Then extrude it and move in the X direction, like that. And now let's extrude it also and scale down. And now let's extrude it and move in X direction. So it basically touches. Now let's add bevels. So Alt click, Control B, and make it smaller. Maybe like that. I think it's great. And let's also bevel that loop. Like that. I think it's look fine. Maybe let's go to the front view. Just select everything and move it a bit so it's wider. Now let's make the middle part of wheel. So select wheel, hit Ctrl S and cursor to select it in the middle. Okay, go to side view, and here you can add cylinder. We should decrease it a bit, maybe 16. Yeah, and now let's scale it down like that. It's also rotated in Y direction 9 degrees, and scale it up in X direction, maybe a bit smaller. I think it's great. And let's now add circle. Rotate it in Y direction and scale down just like that. Oh, let's go to edit mode, hit F to make face, and inset it by pressing I. Like that. Now we can delete that face. So hit delete and faces. Okay, now let's hit 2 to go to edge mode and select by pressing Alt. Oh no, let's select all by pressing A and then just deselect in that corner. This now go to select and checker deselect. So it deselects. And let's also select that. I don't know why it deselected, but okay. And now let's hit right click button and separate by selection. Let's select that starter circle, that one, delete it, and here go to edit mode. Let's open X-ray mode, and now we can select that vertices and maybe scale it a bit. Yeah, and now move it in X direction, right here, maybe a little bit further. And let's go now to the side view, and here, as you can see on reference image, we have that interesting pattern. you know. So to make it, we can just rotate like that. Yeah, and here to mirror it, we can't just apply the mirror modifier, because the mirror modifier will not give us that result, that pattern. So we can turn off X-ray mode, and now let's duplicate, hit right mouse button, and now scale it by -1. Okay, so as you see, we get that, and now we can just rotate it on Y direction. Sorry, not Y, but X, and move it inside the missing parts. As you can see, we have that missing parts, and I just rotate it to that parts. Yeah, and now, like with the frame, we can convert it to the curves. So select everything, go to object and and convert to curve, and then go here to the geometry, and also you can just hit Alt and move it. So with Alt it applies the depth for every object. I mean mesh or object. Yeah. So I think 0.01 is good. Looks fine. And now let's go to the side view. Select OLED wheel and hit Shift D to duplicate, and on Y direction just move it there so it matches the reference image like that. Yep. And as I said before, we made that thing that so now wheel is not touching pipe, and that's great. So select that frame, go here to edit mode, and let's put cursor to the selected. And now let's go to the side view, and we will add in the same way that we done it before, plane. Is it that? And now in edit mode, merge it all at center. Okay, now let's go to edit mode and extrude it a bit like that, then Z direction. And now let's duplicate that part. And now let's go like that, extrude it, maybe like that, yeah. And now select the vertex, and then separate it by selection by hitting right mouse button and separate by selection. Yep, okay. It's separated, and now we can go to edit mode and extrude it like that. And let's move it a bit just to make it more interesting. Like that. I think it's pretty okay. And now let's add mirror modifier to it. Yep, nice. Okay, let's now make seed, basic vertices, put vertices for the seed. Go here to edit mode, cursor to select it. Add plane, edit mode, and select all, merge, center. Yeah, and now we can extrude it. I will not make seed that long like on reference image. I'll make it just shorter. Like that. I think it's fine. Okay. Now we need to make actual seed. So put cursor here and add plane. Scale it down. Let's go to the top view. Scale it down a bit also. And scale it up on y-axis. Like that. And let's add a few loop cuts. You're probably gonna have bind to Ctrl R, but I like with my capped bindings with Shift and dot, but you're probably gonna need to press Ctrl R. Okay, add a bit more by sliding your mouse wheel like that. I think it's good. And here we can give it shape. Like that. I think it looks okay. Now we can see. Let's go to side view and make shape from that view. Like that. And now let's extrude it down. Okay. That's what we got. Now let's add subdivision surface. 2 times. 2 subdivisions. Yep. And now select that bottom level and move it a bit down. And I think it's good. Maybe we can just scale it a bit on the direction and move it a bit like that. Maybe let's move also that. I think it's okay. Maybe not the best shape, but I think it looks good. Quite and now good. Maybe let's just add that small details. I don't know, I just don't like it. I should change something. maybe I should scale it, move it here. Yeah, it seems better like that. Okay, fine. Let's leave it like that. Maybe move it, center it. Yeah. Let's also set origin to the geometry. Fine. Let's also make loop cut and delete that faces from bottom. Now select, extrude and scale it down. And then hit F3 and find grid fill. Yeah, it's fine. And now let's select that pipe. Also, let's select that and also gear. And now go to object and convert to curve. Then go to data property. And here with holding Alt, adjust it. 0.02. I think it's good enough. And as you see, there are that holes here and there and there. To fix that, let's select it all, and also we can select there. And here go to data property and with holding Alt, fill caps, and with caps filled we don't have. And now let's make pedals and basically all that round stuff, that moving bike. Okay, let's go to side view, select point here, and sorry, origin to select. Yeah. Shift A, mesh, and circle. I'm gonna add that circle. Rotate on y-axis 90 degrees, scale it down. Maybe we can move it a bit. Yep. And also let's select that, maybe let's hit wheel and select cursor to select it to the center of wheel. And now let's duplicate that circle and Shift S, move selection to cursor. And now scale it down, just that is matching reference image. And that. Now select that circle, move 3D cursor to selected, and add the cylinder. Scale it down and rotate on y-axis on 90 degrees. Like that. Now let's go to the side view, select that face, duplicate, right click, and not F3, right click one more time and separate by selection. Okay, So now we have that face, scale it down. Go to edit mode, select it all and make it smaller. Maybe move it a bit like that. And now let's move. I mean extrude and move. Move it. And now let's make loop cut with wherever binding you have. Loop cut right here. And in face select mode, select the 4 faces. And like on reference image, extrude it. And let's now make the actual place for the food. To make that, hit Shift A and plane, scale down, but do not exit from edit mode, because we want to make it a single object with a pedal. Okay, now let's move and scale. Let's look from the top view. Scale it down on y-axis, move it the more center. And now let's add loop cut. Here, select the faces, hit I, and here we have to press individual, like that, and here we're gonna delete the faces. So delete faces and move that a bit, like so. Okay, and now select it all with the L button, with the L key, and extrude it like so. Maybe with down a bit. I think it's all good. No, that's fine. Let's just scale it down a bit on X direction. I don't like it. It's too long. I want to make it shorter. Yeah, like that. Select the pedal. To duplicate it, hit Alt D. Drop it in the same position. And hit S -1. Sorry. S -1. -1. Okay, stop. And yep, that's all. We can now select and rotate it next direction like that. Now let's work on some details. The first thing that I want to do is make more details to that thing, that cylinder. So add 2 loop cuts and let's move that one here and also that one here. Select that faces here and here and extrude it along normals like that. Just to make things easier, let's separate it and work with that. Here I want to also extrude along normals. I forget to extrude that also. Now let's use the same selection, add bevel. And select that face and that. inset it, and extrude along norms. Maybe add a bit bevel. Okay, let's now look. Let's see how it looks like. Go there, maybe, and move a bit. So now we can just a bit see what is going on. I don't know, maybe let's move it more. As you see, it's hard to make it, so let's go to data and decrease depth a little bit. So we decrease here depth also, but it's fine. And here we can place it maybe like that. Yeah. Let's also go here, make loop cut, and delete all left part, like that. And now add mirror modifier. As mirror object, let's select wheel. Oh, okay, let's select frame. Okay, it's fine. Also, let's move it here so we can delete it. And now select it, Shift D, and move it there. Let's select wheel, Shift S, cursor to selected, and selected cursor to center it. Now let's go to that circle and move it a bit here. And move it here. Now let's go to edit mode. It was edit mode, okay. And extrude it along x-axis. Make face here and also select and face here. Scale it down and just put it here. And maybe let's put it like that. So later our chain gonna go through that. And let's do the same with that circle. Move it. Maybe here. And make face, extrude. And like that. Let's delete that face. Inset it. And inset one more time. Then select loaded faces and select checker deselect. And now delete faces. And now I can select everything without that faces and extrude it a bit, so it make interesting shape. We can maybe scale it down. Thanks for watching this first part. In the next part we're gonna make chain, add materials, apply modifiers, rename things, and may create a rig for the bicycle. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit like and wait for part 2.